Page 22, O come Emmanuel. Common time or 4/4 time, 1 sharp in the key signature. This is in the key of E minor, because it has 1 sharp. So do the scale for E minor, and while you're there, go ahead and do the scale for G major, because it also has 1 sharp. So make sure you can do both of those scales. Let's cover this one hand at a time. Make sure we got the notes and the rhythms and all that. I have some fingering suggestions, I usually do. Right hand at the beginning, you'll notice that both stabs are bass clef, so we're down here. 1 and 2 and. So it's 2 and, 2 and. So these are together, 2 and. Connect that. Don't go. No, connect it. You need to be able to do that and connect those. You may have to work on those a little bit. Pick up to measure 5 and you get treble clef. You come up. 1 and then 4th finger, because we're going to need the 5th finger here. You can leave 5 here and then scrunch up and use 3rd finger on the A, because that's really what you need. But doing 4th finger there then just puts you in position for that. However, 5th finger is fine. Just make sure you have 3rd finger on the A. In the measure 7, it's bass clef. No rest or nothing. You just got to go from here to here. 1 and. Then treble clef again for pick up to measure 11. You're up here. Now, there's a couple fingerings you can do in here. In measure 13, you have bass clef coming back, so you have to come down. If I can get myself a little closer to that, because I don't want to end on a thumb, because then I've got to come down here an octave here. If I can end on some other finger that lets me get a little closer to that, I will. So on measure 11 is starting it, and then if you come up 4th finger, and then you can go here, and then if you want, you can use any finger you want for the last note. I can use 5th finger if I want, because now I'm close to that. It's my choice. But any finger other than 1, get your hand down here a little closer to where you want to go. See, when we figure out a fingering, you have to consider what's coming. Can you prepare for that? Yes, we can. I can use 4th finger, I'm closer to it, or 5th finger. And there. So I suggest you try that. And then pick up to 15 is treble clef. You got to go from here, here. That's all right. Just lift up and move. I don't see a whole lot of other problem. I mean, we've had this passage before. Now measure 18 here and then here. I'm not quite sure what they want with the slur. They want you to connect it. You can't connect them. I'm just not sure what they want with the slur there. To my point, just play the notes. And I use a 1/4 for that here, because this is the chord and that's the fingering for it for those 2 measures. This is measure 20-21 here. 2 and then 4th finger. And then on measure 26, it's the same fingering, same thing we had before. If you use the little finger for measure 27 here, you're closer to this E you need. For the left hand, a lot of broken chords. You're here. You come up here, and here, you use 2nd finger. You use whatever finger you want. And then measure 5, just come down. 2, that's fine. Not the best, but okay. Try and connect these as best you can. At the end, the bottom of page 23. Let's start around measure 28. You're here. Rest, 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 and then treble clef. You have an E, a G, and then a B. Just an E minor chord. But they're all tied. You see those little curved lines? They're all tied, so you're going to finger pedal. You're going to hold them down. You just add the other notes to it. That's all. Put the hands together Again, you're going to hesitate all over. That's fine. Don't worry about it. We're just trying to get the hands here. That's fine. And as I'm doing this, I got my hand up here ready to go. Connect this. I want to connect all that together. So I get off this a little early. Connect all that together. Don't separate it. You get the idea. You go through and put the hands together. At the end, the bottom of page 23, you're here. Get the right hand up here. See, you're just doing it. It's E minor chord. Hold that down. So at the end, you got 6 notes held down together. Here. Then go back through it and get rid of the hesitations. So it's all steady. The 8th note flows evenly. As far as articulation goes, I've already sort of told you connect these. Up there if you want. Let it connect. And then you have phrasing in the right hand. You can lift up, although the way this arrangement is written, you don't have to worry about it until maybe you get over to around measure 17, where it's here. Lift up both hands. So it's a new phrase, so it's a. And that, again, lift up. So. Lift up in the phrasing in the right hand. The left hand, I suggest you connect this as best you can all the way through. Even up measure 15 or measures like measure 15 where you're here. I'd connect all those together in the left hand. As far as dynamic goes, at the beginning there's no melodies, so for the first 4 measures or so it's both hands sort of soft. Whatever you think sort of soft is. Whatever you think sort of soft is. And then in measure 5, pick up to measure 6, that's moderately loud. The left hand needs to go down probably soft. Then on measure 7, this has to match the left hand. It's in the background. Only the melody is going to be moderately loud here, and then because it sounds like one hand played all of that. So we want the dynamic to match. But then when the melody comes back, the pick up to measure 11, you're back up to moderately loud again, and the left hand is soft. Now when you get to measure 18, you're soft, come up to moderately soft, to moderately loud in there. You can't do anything with the right hand, it just dies away. Now you're loud in the right hand. The left hand is sort of moderately loud to moderately soft. And then you go back down to moderately soft like you were at the beginning, and moderately soft is for the right hand. The left hand has to be very soft. See, this moderately soft is like you were at the beginning. With this. So the left hand has to get very soft. And this is very soft. Stay soft. And you have a retard on out there and slow down. And you go down to very soft there at the end. Because the song ended at measure 27 with the first, that's the end of the song right there. The rest of this is like a coda or a tag on the end of it, an afterthought. And it needs to be, the listeners should be able to tell by listening that the song ended there. And the rest of this is just an afterthought. As far as the speed goes, well, serenely means nothing to me. It's a settled, gentle. This isn't some fancy thing like Joy to the World. This is calm and gentle and serene. Like, oh, I'm not in a serene mood right now, so that's going to be a challenge. But this is the melody. Experiment with it. Don't take it real fast and don't take it real slow, because that just drags on a piano. And you find all kinds of recordings of this too, but you're going to find them at different speeds, so be careful. Then they've added pedal. Well, that's all right, because it'd be nice to have overtones. Because a slow piece on a piano, you kind of need the pedal to add the overtones to give the notes some color. Otherwise, it gets pretty dry and boring pretty quickly. They're keeping the pedaling simple, but I would like to make a couple of minor adjustments. I usually do. It's going to be overlapping pedaling, so the notes go down first and then the pedal, and when I change the pedal, it's after I play the note, so the pedal overlaps the hands a little bit. That way it ensures there's always sound coming. So at the beginning, the notes and then the pedal. Change, change. Measure 10. I'm going to lift it up when I play those notes in the left hand. I'm not pedaling the fourth beat, so there's a little silence between this and this. And again, measure 14 is the last measure of the page. I'm lifting the pedal up with the right hand. So the silence, and I could pedal this note because it's repeated. And the only way to connect it is to pedal it. So I could pedal the note after I play it and leave it down. So again. I measure 17, lift it up as I play the F sharp. And on measure 20, lift it up with the hands. Not too soon. We were just a little silence. And go ahead and pedal the. We want overtones here. We're loud. On measure 22, lift up. No, don't pedal the fourth beat. And on measure 24, don't pedal the fourth beat. And the last two measures, you leave it down all the way through. Here. And then at the end, the pedal and the hands all come up together. That's my impression of the pedal. You have to experiment. Listen very carefully to the sound, with or without pedal. What do you like? Now on measures like measure 5 here, that's too blurry for me. So I'm going to change it on the fourth or the third beat here. I'm going to change it there. So it isn't quite so blurry. And anywhere else I feel it's getting blurry, I'm going to change the pedal too. like to play it with you very slowly, just to check the notes and the rhythms, to make sure you have the correct notes and the correct rhythms. You should play the same note I'm playing at the same time I'm playing it. So I'll give us 4 counts. So we're going to go really super slow because of all the eighth notes. I'm going to pedal it like I suggested, but I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm going to play both hands about the same throughout. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1,